In pro sports, there hasn't been a more important story than the neurological health of Miami Dolphins quarterback Tua Tagovailoa. Last week on Tuesday, we cut the story about Tua's apparent injury in Week 3 because we didn't feel like we had enough to go on, and no one else was going with the story with the exception of The Athletic. 2 days later, Thursday Night Football proved us all wrong. In a Week 3 win over the Bills, Tua was seen stumbling after taking a hard hit. He was removed from the game with a head injury, but later returned as the team said that he had instead suffered a back injury. 4 days later, Tua played in the Week 4 Thursday Night Football game against the Bengals, where, in the second quarter, he was knocked unconscious and showed what neurologists describe as a fencing response, which is a neurological response to head trauma. Tagovailoa was stretchered off the field and rushed to a local hospital, but was released that night and flew home to Miami on the team plane. In the aftermath, the NFL fired the unaffiliated neurotrauma consultant who cleared Tua to play back in Week 3, but this may be just the tip of the iceberg. The NFL and the Players Association are conducting an ongoing investigation into who let Tagovailoa back onto the field and back into harm's way. Tua himself is being interviewed as we speak, and early reports indicate that the responsible parties could include Dolphins owner Stephen Ross and first-year head coach Mike McDaniel. Meanwhile, off the field, Washington Commanders owner Dan Snyder may be forced to sell the team or may be removed from the league by his fellow owners. Snyder has been under investigation by both Congress and the NFL for both financial improprieties and sexual misconduct. An unnamed NFL owner talked to the Washington Post and expressed the sentiment that many owners in the league no longer wish to put up with Snyder. The league would need 24 out of 32 owners to vote to remove Snyder from the league. And lastly, we close with something that I'm sure Katie and Ellie will talk about on BNN's next edition of Pop Culture Corner. According to the New York Post, Tom Brady and his wife, Brazilian supermodel Gisele Bündchen, have hired divorce attorneys. The pair have been in disagreement over the 45-year-old Brady's decision to come out of retirement to play in his 23rd year in the NFL and had been living separately. Well, that closes the book on this episode of Blue Nation. I've done all the damage I can do here. To find more episodes of Blue Nation and other great TV10 content, visit us at mytv10.uwec.edu. For Dan Zons and all the rest of us here in the studio, I'm Noah Schwartz. Good night, everybody.